All right, so we are live. Super cool. So welcome everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly Q&A day. I do want to show everyone how they can join. So if you are a member of our program, you can either click the link in the description wherever you're watching this, or you can go to, let me share my screen here. You can go to um, BridgetBartlett.com or myvisionagency.com. When you click login, you'll see here you want to go to either certified partners or visionaries, whichever, however you have access. If you go into the, of course, it's going to do this to me. If you go into the, let me go over here, communities. Here we go. Okay. I had to get logged in. All right, so if you go into the Learning tab here and you go into Zoom support, you will see that you can just click on the Zoom or the weekly Q&A, and you'll be able to get access. So it's the weekly Zoom right here. You just want to click there, and that goes right into our Zoom room. Okay, so let me let some more people in here. Wow, recording. Everybody's got their fathoms on. Super cool.
Such amazing software.
I know, right? So I am super excited today because we have Andrew Kamite. Is that how you pronounce it, Andrew?
That is.
Okay.
Congratulations. It's
Yeah.
mispronounced quite often. So,
I always say my maiden name was Wagers, and every first day of school, people would say Bridget Waggers, and I'm like,
yep.
oh, that's me.
Yep.
I get
Cringe.
it. I try to pronounce it right. But I'm super excited to have Andrew here because he is the founder of Chat HQ. If you guys have ever been to my website and you see the little chat widget in the bottom right-hand corner, everyone messages me and says, how did you get your high-level chat widget to look like that? And it's because of Chat HQ. So there's lots of things. It's not just the things available on my chat widget, but Andrew has so many things to tell you that's available now, but also coming in the future. What's really cool about Chat HQ is that not only can you use it, but it also seamlessly integrates with HighLevel. So when you pull up that contact me and you have like the web chat, that's HighLevel's chat widget. It just goes integrates right there. So you can also resell it to your agency clients. There's so much that you can do with Chat HQ. So I'm super excited. If you guys decide you want to create an account, go ahead and click the link in the description or go to myvisionagency.com/chat HQ. So welcome, Andrew. And I do have to say before we get started, I was at the event at the High Level Summit this year, and I'm having a conversation with two people, and I hear, oh my gosh, it's Bridget Bartlett. And I turn around and I just see a chest. And then I have to look way up, and there's Andrew.
Yeah, I'm taller than a lot of people think. I'm 6'4", so it's like, holy crap, you're that tall. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so Andrew
hey,
is very
congratulations, by the way, Bridget, for
yeah.
winning. You got the Tesla from Matt DeSanto's thing, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I
So,
raked it in there, man. I was speaking on stage. I won the bronze award. I won a Tesla. I
yeah.
was like, this is the best trip ever. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, super cool. So Andrew,
Yeah, thanks
and
for
you
having
guys
me, by
think,
the way.
yeah, thanks for joining us. And thank you guys for joining us, Manolo and Mark and Ray and Charles. Thank you all so, so much. So Andrew, tell us a little bit about, for those who are just completely unfamiliar and what I just said, they're like, I've never heard of this at all. Tell us about Chat HQ, what it is, what you can do with it, and like what are the opportunities with Chat HQ?
Sure. Yeah, so ChatHQ is a customer engagement platform. Okay, so I'm gonna get to like the founding story where it really ties into the high level chat widget and everything. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to give you agency owners and business owners a tool to optimize the customer journey and give all of your prospects or customers, whether it's inside of your high level SaaS or it's on your websites, all the tools that they need, whether it's to educate, inform, convert, all of those different things that they're doing to interact with you as a business at their fingertips, right? So we're packaging it all in a nice, neat, like chat widget per se, even though there's so much more than just chat. And we're allowing you to build these journeys across websites or across SaaS applications that do things like tell them about live events. Like today, you could have like a banner in your SaaS and say, hey, join us live at 2 p.m., right? Uh, yeah, a little, is that feedback? Oh no, that's somebody's mic. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we label it as a customer engagement platform, right? So we want to build education and conversions through engagement, through optimized engagement, right?
Yeah,
So
which
yeah,
is it's so funny because honestly, I completely underestimated the power of the chat widget. I just thought it'd be really cool if I could add an extra button to my chat widget.
yep.
That's legit what I was thinking.
And
But
that's where it
then
came
when
from, to be honest. So you're right in the wheelhouse of what we were kind of going for. So
yeah, I just thought, oh,
yeah.
cool, I'll add an extra button. That's awesome. I had no I really underestimated the value of that chat. I was just saying right before we go live, when you can embed your own consultation calendar, your booking calendar in the chat widget, I've gotten so many compliments on that. But when you can embed that into the chat widget, and then right underneath that is a button with all of your reviews that are pulled in from HighLevel again, that's like it's really doing the selling for you. It's like the
Yeah,
most
because
simplified sales funnel.
yeah, and if you think about it, I mean that's a great way. I might even steal that for the website, simplified sales funnel on every page. If you
Yes.
think about it, right, you can't add a calendar and a review widget and a form and all to every single page. You just can't. It looks like crap, and it's gonna feel like bad when they're trying to navigate everything. And that's just for your websites. You can't add those things to your high level, like inside of your high level SaaS. You can't put calendars on a page, right? So, the ability to package all of that inside of the Chat HQ engagement widget gives people the ability to go, oh, I'm really ready to click this button. Oh, wait, but I do want to see reviews. Like, let me check out reviews really quick. They don't have to go to some other page and go back and right. There's no error in that flow. It's just click, and book, right? But yeah, I guess to get into like why we built it and how it kind of came to be before I get into some of like the features and even things we're building now, we really just saw a huge like I want to say deficit, but it's just like a missed opportunity by HighLevel when they created the widget because they basically just took it from Podium, right? They're like, hey, this is really cool. Podium's got this. We're going to do this, right? Kudos to them. They do that all the time, and they give us all these really, really cool things that we don't have to go and pay for somewhere else. So when we built this widget, we're like, it does this well. It collects info. It's just a form, and it starts an SMS conversation, right? Um, but wouldn't it be really cool if someone could book an appointment with their calendars? And we're like, oh, okay. So we started kind of figuring out, oh, we could just embed calendars in here. And then we're like, wait, but we can do reviews and we can do this. And so it just started like growing, right? And it all came from the fact that there was a missed opportunity on high level side. They just gave you one thing, right? And we already had like live chat. Funny enough, we haven't even launched our own live chat yet. We've been building live chat from an open source platform. We just kind of like started rebuilding the API of it. And we've been doing that for like a year and a half now. And a lot of this stuff got in the way of that, just building this platform. But that's where it started. It was like, hey, we have live chat. Let's build all these things into this widget, right? And ironically, we haven't even launched it yet. But we did just launch our live chat integration for HighLevel. So we do have, now that HighLevel is live chat, we kind of put pause on other things and went and made sure that anyone using ChatHQ can add high level live chat as well. I'll show you guys a cool little trick. I have on my widget on ChatHQ's website, I have live chat and I have SMS web chat. One is set to like office hours, like during office hours, and then the web chat's after hours. And you can kind of like play around with the text and make sure they know like, hey, we're offline, but you can text us. Or we're online, you can message us here, right?
I love that.
Um,
I have to point out how you started all of this because this is what, some we have beginners and we have super experienced business owners inside of HighLevel. And sometimes they come in and they're like, well, I mean, HighLevel is great. I see so much opportunity, but like, what do I do with it? Like, how do I
mm,
stand out? And I think Chat HQ is one of the great examples of what you can do. So it's like HighLevel
yeah.
is a great platform, but Andrew saw a deficit. He saw a problem that he knew that he could solve. And so he created a solution. And now it's like, I mean, if you have HighLevel, you have to have Chat HQ. It's like
I
it's a
love that.
no-brainer. It's so incredibly inexpensive, by the way, for
Yeah.
what it's so crazy.
Wait, yeah,
But
so
go
jump
ahead.
in
I
now
just
before that changes, by the way.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Tell us about that for sure, because if anybody wants to get in, they should do it now.
Yeah. So I will give a shout out to my co-founder and CTO Sergio. Did you meet Sergio at Level Up, Bridget?
I don't think I actually met him. I've talked to him a few times though.
Okay.
Super
Yeah. So
smart.
he's, yeah, incredibly intelligent. Been a software engineer for, I think, 17 years, something like that. Moved here from Cuba about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And he's just, I wouldn't be here without him, right? Like we put our heads together. I had a lot of marketing, sales, customer success, business development background. He's, the engineer, and we built an engineering team and all this stuff. So without him, Chat HQ would not be Chat HQ for sure. And we kind of, feed off each other in that sense. Like I take care of all the other stuff and he develops. But
Hey,
yeah,
kudos to
so
you because I was just like checking out Chat HQ. I just wanted to see the updates because I usually like set mine up and then I don't look at it again. Um,
right.
but I was thinking while I was looking at all that stuff, I was like, I signed up for Chat HQ, I think like 2 years ago, and I don't think I've ever contacted support ever.
Yeah.
So that's such
Well,
a great
thank you.
we talk about support so much, and honestly, I can't even vouch for your support except for the fact I've never had to use it. So I think
Yeah.
A plus for that.
The funny thing is it's very ironic. I'm gonna, yeah, I guess the opposite of give credit where credit is due. Like I am the only right now the only like support agent for our company, and I'm also the only sales agent and the only this and the only that, right? So it's really hard. But I know some people I've had conversations with people that like are waiting to get their support ticket taken care of. Most of it is development. Like we have very few support tickets that are like, hey, I can't log in, or hey, this thing happened. It's usually like, hey, this is broken, right? Which is early development. So it's hard to like actually solve those support tickets. So anyone out there watching this, like, I apologize. I'll get to your support ticket as soon as I can. It's probably sitting in a queue waiting for a developer to fix the problem. But yeah, we kind of so to give some insight there in terms of like bugs and early development. One thing that I really cherish about Sergio is he's when we started building this, he wanted to be future proof. And so no no like ill will towards HighLevel or anything, but they go really fast and they have for 5 years. And things that were built 4 years ago need to be rebuilt 4 years later because they don't stand up to the test of time, right? So like they rushed it out, they got it out, it worked, but then they realized it doesn't connect to these other 14 things that exist in HighLevel, so they have to like reconfigure everything. And that is technically it's called technical debt. So it's very bad, and you can mitigate that as a business if you're making enough money, or if there's like you have the team behind you, and there's a lot of things that can kind of offset that technical debt. But the more that you build, the worse it's going to get. So in terms of how our product works, and if it works flawlessly for some people and it might be broken for other people, we try our best to make sure that the software itself and the platform is future proof. So we do our best to like build it out that way, which gives us a lot of I guess peace of mind, in the sense that we're not accumulating as much technical debt as some other companies that are just, maybe they're venture backed. So we're all bootstrapped, right? And they're venture backed. So they have somebody behind them going, we need a return on our investment. And they're pushing them and pushing them, and things can get pretty messy at that point, right? But yeah, no, I'm glad that you definitely have not had any issues. And for the most part, it's very easy to use and clean, and it doesn't like have a lot of issues. So I'm glad that you personally have not experienced any of the issues that may exist in the platform today. So
Yeah, I
that's
have
good.
not. And that it's like, in this digital marketing world, I talk about in open office
Yeah.
hours all the time how, somebody is like, oh, I had to contact support for this and support for that. And it's like we're always dealing with support. If we can have a tool that we just don't have to worry about, that's like, oh, I love it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
sorry to interrupt you about that support, but hats off to Sergio because if you have a great product, you don't need a whole support team, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. So yeah, so for those of you that maybe don't know much about ChatHQ, um, we are an engagement platform. We sell our main product is this thing called the engagement widget. So if you've seen on Bridget's website, it resembles a chat widget, but it's almost like a link tree within a chat widget. So you have all these different opportunities, and they're not just links, they're like opening calendars, scheduling on a high level calendar, filling out a form or a survey, looking at reviews. We have a tool called Video Showcase, which you can bring in videos from YouTube, Vimeo, and Loom and just have playlists of videos in your widget. So very easy to consume content, a lot of different actions in one area, so that, traditionally funnels have like one thing, right? Like you do one thing in a funnel. I, as the contrarian that I am, and actually, funny enough, a friend of mine is of the opposite mindset, very like, I guess, old school funnel. But for me, as a consumer and as a marketer, I want to give people the option they want to take, right? So if it's, I don't know, if they want to schedule an appointment, they can schedule an appointment, but I'm not going to force them to do that. If they want to reach out to me some other way, that's great. And I'll have automation on the back end to support that, right? So if it's like a form, then I'll still try to get them to book, but using emails, maybe SMS or something, right? So it does give you that opportunity to take a little bit of the stress off of the buyer or the visitor of your website, or your customer in your SaaS, and give them the opportunity that maybe they want to take at that time that you never really thought was the right, or like that one singular event that should be taken, right?
Yeah, that's so true. Like if you're using, like maybe you'll have high level, but you also want to add a button on there for like Facebook Messenger or
Mhm.
Instagram DM or your LinkedIn or WhatsApp or Telegram. You just add those buttons there and now they can contact you however is, best suitable for
Right.
them.
Exactly. Yeah. So actually, what I'll do is I'll jump in and kind of show you guys a little bit about the platform from inside. Please forgive me for all my tabs. I have about 10 or 12 tab groups, and they're probably about 100 tabs each. So it's kind of a mess. So you guys,
We don't
this is
judge.
just, it's just one window too, Bridget. Just one window. I have like three open at the same time.
Charles is
Um,
laughing because he's notorious for 9,000 tabs.
yeah, yeah. All right, so share this here. Let me know if you guys can
Yep, I see it.
see my screen. Awesome. All right, so you're inside of ChatHQ here. There's a lot of things you're going to see in my account that you wouldn't see in yours if you started like a free account with us. So like side navigation and things like that. That's just me as an admin. So if you see that, if you're wondering why it's not in yours, don't worry. It's just it's by design. But yeah, if you jump in here, I'm actually in my account already, but we have like a home page. It's got things like resources, partners, stuff like that. And once you jump in your account, and let me clarify, this is not like HighLevel where you have all these different sub accounts, right? So when you create an account, you're going to get that account. And we kind of disperse the assets of that account based on like widgets. Okay. So for example, I have a list of all these widgets, and these might be all of my different agency customers, or it might be I have like 3 websites, so I have different website widgets. Might be a support widget or something like that. And if I navigate to different widgets, you'll see that they change. So I go to this one, it changes. I can go down here to like this roofing one, changes. And so these are all individually configured for whatever website, funnel, or SaaS application that they're installed in. For example, we have one internally. This is our support widget for ChatHQ customers. And if you click this button here, it actually shows up here, right? So here we have things like our knowledge library. We have like if you give us a video testimonial, we give you a credit on your ChatHQ subscription. Customer success stories, which is that video showcase tool that I was talking about. So we have all these different YouTube videos here that you can open up. And by the way, they open up either in the widget or as like a big pop-up like this, right, on the screen, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's really
Yeah, lots and lots of different things. Like here, book a call with ChatHQ, right? So now it opens up. This is a high-level group, calendar group, where I have 2 different calendars, and they could just schedule right here within the widget, right? So
you know,
lots and lots of
it's so
options.
It's so
Mhm.
I know that it's probably like something that you just think and see all the time. But the value of not escaping the window to watch that
Yeah.
video is incredible. So you
Oh
you
yeah.
never want them to leave your website. If they could
Yeah.
view that playlist right inside of the widget while they're still on your website, that's super cool. That's definitely the result that you want. So love
Yeah,
that.
and it's funny to bring that up too, because if you, as a marketer, I've been a marketer now for 15 years, and it's like even navigating across pages, there's human error, right? Or human error on your side or their side, right? It could be there's internet issues. Maybe their device isn't as fast and it causes like a lag or a loading issue. So there's so many reasons why having options readily available in front of you at one point in time is just so valuable, right? Again, to your point, we definitely didn't price this the way we probably should have. And looking at the market, there's a lot of ways that we can price this, but what we wanted to do was give high-level agencies the ability to jump in for free, test it out, mess around with it, right? You get one widget and a bunch of cool stuff you could do with that widget, which, by the way, is probably going to change at some point soon. We have a lot of free accounts, and we want to make sure that we kind of restrict a little bit in that free account to push people up to paid accounts to give them more value. Because in the paid accounts, when you get the real value, you can like white label it, you can get a bunch of widgets and resell them to your customers, which puts money back in your pocket. So you can test it on the free account, but then we really want to get you up in the paid account so that you get the real value because we're not getting a ton of money out of it. I think our first one's 29 bucks a month or something like that, but you get 3 widgets. And if you sell each of those widgets for 99 bucks a month, you're like 10xing your amount that you're paying us per month, right? But yeah, so many reasons to build widgets. I mean, not just for a website or funnel, like I said, SaaS application. This one's in our Chat HQ, and this is all customer support. So reporting bugs, joining our Facebook group, all kinds of cool stuff.
I love that this is so simple to build though, but from like the customer
Yeah,
perspective, it looks like you just spent so many hours and so
yeah,
like I would think, oh my gosh, this would probably cost like thousands of dollars to have someone create this for me. And I think a
yep,
lot of high-level agencies, they're wondering how do I stand out among everyone else who's reselling high level? These
right.
tools are the way that you're going to do that because you need to provide additional solutions, not just high level. If you're providing like chat widgets and these other tools, like with Chat HQ, you are providing way more value than just the basic high level account. So, love that.
Yeah, so I, as an agency owner, and I'm a son, product of a small business family, right? Um, Something that I always kind of go back to is especially small and local businesses, they love to see things. They love to ooh, this is mine. Like this exists on my site, right? Or for example, websites. Like whenever I used to build websites, people were so like, oh, you built this and it's mine. Like I love this, right? This is from representing my business or whatever. So the fact that you're not just providing a service like, hey, I'm running ads for you, and you're putting this on somebody's site, it's visible. They can go check it out whenever they want. They know it's there. They know the value that they're getting and it's tangible. They can like really feel it, right? So that's something that we kind of uh, we use to educate our customers on why it's so important to provide Chat issue widgets to their customers because the value is very visible. It's there, right? They're not getting duped. They don't feel misled or anything like that. It's very easy to understand. So, it's a great tool to go. And I mean, we have people selling it for, I believe, a couple of our customers that I talked to recently, I think they're doing like 99 bucks a month and like a 497 setup fee. So it goes to what you were saying, Bridget. This really shows that like building this shows the customer like, wow, this is a super expensive tool and I'm only getting it for 99 bucks a month, right? Maybe it's a something they would think it's $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. I don't know. I'm not in the mind of that specific buyer, but it's definitely in the price range that's going to make you money, right? If you pay us, our goal is to make you money on the back end, which is where that white label and resell. It's the high level effect, right? That's what high level is doing for all of us. So we want to do that same thing for you guys. So getting into some of like the features and stuff, Bridget, you said something really important, which is it is really simple to build. Like I've done videos where I think there's one on YouTube right now. It's like building a widget in under 30 minutes. So you can build a widget, takes you less than 30 minutes to build it. It works perfectly on the website. It does exactly what you want to do. But then we add that advanced type of layer to it. And so there's all kinds of stuff in here that you can do that's a little bit more advanced, but something that we're launching probably in the next couple weeks is it's called display settings, but what it really is dynamic behavior targeting. So one of the things we just recently talked about was having these items, these conversion events on every single page. Okay, so you have this on your website, you have all these options on every single page, but now you need a way to target people. Okay, so you need a way to know what page are they on, what are they doing, why are they there, who are they? And so right now, let me just give you guys kind of a glimpse into like some of this stuff. So right now, the only way we give you the ability to target people like with a pop-up like this, and we'll get into pop-ups here soon, but there's a lot to unpack here, guys. So I don't want to, I'm trying to go a little bit faster, but if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat. You can reach out to me after this call. I'll be happy to answer your questions. The way that we use targeting today is just URL based. So what that means is, and there's some other things, but mainly it's URL based. So what we say is if they're on this page or this URL ends with this, we're going to show them this pop-up. Okay. So the chat widget exists on every page, but it really exists like this. Actually, I'll just open up Chat HQ and I'll show you. So it exists here in the bottom right corner as like a button, right? So if that pop-up didn't show up, it would just be this, right? So having those pop-ups is what's bringing people into the widget. It's engaging with them across the website, engaging with them across the SaaS application. So to target those people, we need to give you targeting options, targeting settings. So as of today, the only thing we give you is URLs and I believe new or returning users. Okay, so if they're repeat visitors to your site or new visitors or all visitors. So those are the only metrics. Where we're going is crazy compared to where we're at now. We're going to do things like number of sessions, so number of page visits. If they were on this page for 4 times, show them this pop-up for the next 10 visits, or only show them for 5 visits and never again. We're doing things like data targeting, so user data. So if it's in your HighLevel, and I'm going to pause my share so I don't expose anything here, but I'm going to pull up my HighLevel and I will show you guys what this looks like because it is really cool. Yeah, let's do this tab here. Essentially, what we're doing is we're tapping into the database that exists, whether it's HighLevel, another software system, or the contact data that exists on your website, so like sticky contact, and we're able to pull that data into the widget, and we're able to target based on that data, okay? So what that means is, and HighLevel is loading a little slow, I apologize. Okay, let me unpause my share now. So what that means is you could do things like this. So I have this pop-up, it's targeting this page, which is like any URL that includes dashboard and this location ID. And I'm saying, good afternoon, Andrew. What that looks like in my Chat HQ is good. And then a bracket that says time of day or like part of the day, which is morning, afternoon, or evening. And then you are CRM user first name or something like that. So now everyone that goes into my HighLevel, it's going to say like good evening or good morning or good afternoon, and then their first name. Okay. So it's dynamically changing the data that's inside the widget based on who's looking at it. And then we're giving you the ability to target that. So you can do things like only show pop-ups to admins, location admins, only show pop-ups to people that have data that equals this thing or whatever it could be. Only show during Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right. So really, really honing in on that targeting metric and saying you have complete control over the experience that your website visitor or your SaaS customer is experiencing. And you're gonna like show them what you want to show them, teach them what you want to teach them, or give them the conversion action or event that you want to give them at that time. Right. So
It's
that's
like
kind
a
of where we're
little
going.
AI assistant. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
like follow my lead around and show it exactly
Right.
what I want it to see at this time on this page.
Yeah, we have a customer. She runs weekly training calls. So she's going to show like a banner up here. Funny enough, I use that as an example. Like I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 2 p.m. or something like that. And it just before the call, I think it's like 2 hours before the call, and it'll show up in her HighLevel application. And it'll say, hey, don't forget to join us in 2 hours in our live call or something like that. Right. So it's nudging them to go take action and go join the call. Whereas they would probably only have gotten like a text and an email before, and who knows if that's actionable enough, right? Maybe they're focused. Maybe they got their focus mode on. They block time on their calendar. They're not paying attention to things. Well, they can get this pop-up regardless, right? So, That's where we're going. We want to give you so much power in how you're targeting these, like your users and your prospects and customers, so that you can craft the customer journey and the experience that they experience however you want. Okay. Now, the flip side to that, or like kind of like the next layer of that, is white labeling and reselling. So now you're saying, hey, I can do this and I can build this for myself and do all these really cool things, but then I can white label and resell these widgets and I become the expert. So either you build them yourself or you have this cool little widget, white label widget builder that we give you and give your customers the ability to build their own widgets inside the HighLevel application, right? So the first part of that is becoming the expert. And that's what I was saying before the call. Is like I cut myself off because I wanted to say this in the call, but all of us agency owners, if you're not a pure SaaS owner, you're an agency owner, you're the expert. You go to these business owners, you say, hey, I can get you all these leads. I can do this for your business. I can get you more revenue, because they need to trust you. You need to give them the services that are going to provide the value, provide the outcomes that they need. And then that you build that authority and that reputation. So with the widget, what you can do is you can build the widgets for them. You build the experiences for their website. It's just like building a website for somebody, right? You want to build this page this way because you know it's going to convert. They might not see it that way. You're going to have those conversations. But with the widget, it's the same thing. You go in there, you craft this widget, you build these experiences, these dynamic targeting journeys across websites and stuff. And now you're the expert. You're saying, hey, look at what I did for you. And I'll show you a little sneak peek at analytics. So you can actually show them, hey, I did all these things for you, building this widget for you, got you all of these different events and did all these different things last month or last quarter or something like that. So now you're putting yourself in a position to build your authority, build your reputation, and provide even more results for your customer than just like some WordPress website, right? And with HighLevel, obviously we all build what HighLevel websites and stuff as part of most of our offer. So then packaging it with this widget is just, it's dynamite, right? So yeah.
When you have
Um,
additional value like this added to your high level agency, you're not doing what a lot of beginner high level agencies do, which is try to compete on price, and then it's like a race to the
right,
bottom. It's like you
right.
want to provide valuable solutions, and high level is great. We all love it. But on top of that is what how you're going to differentiate yourself from everyone else. So it's really a
Yeah.
great solution.
That's keyword right there, differentiation. I mean, like you'll never stand out from the crowd. And niches get crowded all the time, right? Like we're all trying to find that special niche, but you're gonna have to make money somehow, and you're probably in a niche with 400 other agencies. So standing out from the crowd is super, super important. So if they see something that you're offering that they never saw before, especially like the widget, we were just talking about how pretty it is, right? If they see that and they're like, holy crap, how do I get that? Which is why I'm here. People are saying that on your site. They're like, how do I
Yeah,
get that?
yeah.
That's huge. It's going to help differentiate your agency. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole thing in a nutshell. Like, I mean, I can go into the stuff we're building. We're building knowledge. We're giving you a knowledge-based builder, which is going to package with the widget and AI and live chat. And to kind of unpack all that, the idea is like you're reselling widgets. Well, most businesses don't have databases of information for their customers to consume, right? They don't have a knowledge base. So now you can build the knowledge base for your customer, put it in the widget or sell it standalone. Okay. So every widget you buy from us, every package, like one to one, you get a widget and a knowledge base. The information you put in that knowledge base is going to train a ChatGPT bot. We're going to use ChatGPT 4 Turbo. So you can train a bot and be usable in our live chat. Okay. We're also going to have like webhooks that you can send back and forth from HighLevel. So if you want to use the information you train our bot with, um, you could still message in HighLevel. It's just not going to have message history, right? Like when you're training bots, and this might be a little too much for this call, but the idea is you want to maintain a certain amount of tokens of like memory so the bot can refer to things that happened previously, right? So if you're sending webhooks back and forth, you're not going to get that type of experience. But the cool thing is if you have this entire knowledge base of information, you're still going to be able to answer the questions the right way. And with ChatGPT 4 Turbo, it's still very logical and very like conversational compared to the other, I think 3.5 or whatever, where it's just question answer. So there's a lot of cool things that we're building that go into this widget that just amplify the value, right? We're talking about A/B testing. We're going to start bringing in A/B testing so you guys can A/B test all kinds of different things in the widget and see what converts better, what drives more traffic or drives more like leads and appointments and things like that from the widget. We're going to have things like video widgets. So the same way you saw this pop up here, and we have, let me go down to one here. Okay, so this is a center pop up. Let me find one. So I got a banner pop up here. I think another center one. And let me go down one more. Here we go. So this widget pop up here has a YouTube video in it, has some text, and has a call to action. Okay. We see some companies out there, and we all know of like Video Ask, where the whole thing is a video. So we're actually in the process of building that as well. We're not just embedding a video, but it's like the entire widget, it's going to be a pop-up. So the entire pop-up is like you waving and saying, hey, like come click me, right? Like, and then it's a conversation, and then you're talking to them, they take action. Then it might go to another slide, another video. So we're really going deep on these like expanded features, I guess is a probably the best way I can like say it right now. But it's not that simple, right? It can be simple, but we're giving you so much to just customize the experience and make your agency so much different, because maybe you want to give video widgets. Maybe somebody else doesn't. They're just okay with a standard basic widget, right? So I guess that's where I'm going with that is the sky is the limit for us. And as a small bootstrap startup company, um, it's hard to do that, but we're trying really hard to follow the high level model, which is giving you guys so much stuff and anything you want to do is possible. And you just kind of keep going and make it your own experience, right?
You say that you're a small bootstrap company, but you guys have really made a name for yourself. I mean, all of the top high level agencies are using Chat HQ. Every seriously, every agency owner that I know is using Chat HQ. So,
I'm gonna clip that, Bridget. I'm just gonna clip that and make it a reel or
yeah,
something. I love
yeah,
it.
feel free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's a great solution. And I sometimes I'm like hesitant to really even get too much involved in like these businesses that are building products, like basically piggybacking off of high level. Because
Mhm.
high level just moves so fast that I think, oh man, they're gonna be obsolete like next month. But
Right,
I've been with you guys for like 2 years now, and you just keep like upping the game. And I don't see it's like I don't see high level ever getting to the point where they're so razor focused on the things that you guys are doing. So I
right.
really don't see you becoming obsolete where a lot of other companies or businesses that are piggybacking off that. I'm like, oh, high level's going to replace them. And, you know,
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like we have a direct ear into like me and Sergio know obviously Sean and Robin, and everyone has a chance to meet them and stuff, but we've been talking to them for years, right? They've kind of brought us into that inner circle, and we've been part of all the developer calls, and so we're very close to that. Obviously we're not in the decision-making process, but we're one of those agents or one of those companies that they think of when they're making decisions. And they've said this, they don't want to Amazon people. They don't want to just like build something to rip people off. A lot of the AI builders that were building AI before High Level came out with theirs felt like very hurt and stuff. I know a couple personally that were like, shit, like this. Ooh, I don't know if I can swear on here. Sorry. That were like, hey, I'm building this thing and High Level just came out with it and they did that on purpose. Well, something like AI is very hard to not have. It's table stakes. If you don't have it, you're already worse than the company that has it, even if it's not that great, right? So they're awesome people, and us being as close as we are to them, we have a lot of opportunity to build the things we're building without getting stepped on by high level, right? So
yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. Um, yeah, with that being said, let's I just want to go over a few things with these pop-ups so you guys understand. I'm gonna get into a few of the tools and the pop-ups and stuff, just so you have a really quick, maybe 5 or 6 minute overview of everything. So if you're looking at this and you see welcome back to chat issue, this is a pop-up. When we open this is the widget, this entire thing. And when we kind of scroll through these are what we call conversion tools. Okay. So each tool is its own thing. It could be a link, like this links to our support page. It could be the video testimonials, reviews, form, whatever. Okay. We have different formats for pop-ups. This one comes up over the widget. It has a tool here. If I click this tool, it opens up our live chat. Okay, this is obviously high-level live chat, but it's our UI. Okay, so it taps into HighLevel's AI. It goes into the conversation section and everything. All right. And
Yeah,
if
so
I were
when
to
you guys
scroll
are looking
down,
at this, let me just drive home this because
sure.
I love this. You're not like when you embed the widget into your website, you're not like having to set up workflows and webhooks and to connect it to each other. It's just already connected.
Right.
So that it's just if you're thinking, oh, that's going to be a pain to set up, it's literally like it takes no time. It's already connected. But go ahead. I
Yeah, I
just
can
wanted to,
actually, honestly, I could build one here in like 5 minutes for you guys. Like I
yeah.
do it all the time. I told somebody at Level Up, I was like, if I could build this in 5 minutes, would you buy it? Like, would you sign up? And he's like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay, cool. And I know what I'm doing, and I've done this like thousands of times. But the point is it's very easy to do. The integration with HighLevel is today, it's just an API key, and then everything's in there. Once you put that API key in, you get all of your high-level stuff in Chat HQ. Tomorrow, not tomorrow literally, but like the next step is OAuth. So they have like a one-click single sign-on coming, or it's there, I think. And so we're just going to add a button in there that says like connect to HighLevel. It'll kind of be like Zapier, where you click connect, it opens up that page, you choose your account and all that stuff, right? Very, very easy to integrate HighLevel. But as I scroll down, you'll see like we have a center pop-up, which is another pop-up format. And then we have banner pop-up. So this banner on the bottom here, you'll see that guy. And all of them have the ability to link the tools, the conversion tools that are inside the widget in the pop-ups. So our goal here is to take what's normally hidden inside of the widget, right? It's just a button here. Everything's kind of hidden, and bring it out of the widget so that people can see this and click on it like, oh yeah, sure, I want to start live chat. Okay. And then it opens up the widget. Something I do want to show you guys, which is really, really cool. And this is for anyone that wants to resell this. It's a prospecting tool. So we built a small little application, and we're going to be adding this to the portal so you guys have access to it. Today, it's just a URL. But what it is if you go to our website, and this was the center pop-up that you guys just saw. Let me refresh. I'll show you one more time. So the center pop-up says, add our widget to your website. See what HQ will look like on your website right now. And if I click this, this is a high-level form, and it says demo our engagement widget on your website. So we built a way for you guys to have a demo widget, and I'll show you my demo widget. So I think it's prospecting, prospecting widget. So build a demo widget and get your customers to fill out that form and see it on their website. So for example, if any of you guys, I don't know, somebody in the call here, if you guys want to just like raise your hand or put in the chat what your website is, and I'll go ahead and show you exactly what I mean.
That is so smart because,
Oh,
as an
thanks.
affiliate, I focus on affiliate marketing. And so I am always talking about like, I want all of my products to be on high
Mhm.
level because that's what I'm promoting. And we need to show people like what it looks like. So I love that you did that. That is so smart.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's
Star
all
did put
Sergio.
her,
He's a genius. So
yeah, that's so smart. I love that. Star did add her website to the chat there, if you see that.
perfect. So I'm gonna go in here, and I'm just gonna put some your name, but then I'll put some dummy information there. So star cod, and I'll just do testing 1 2 3 at starcod.com. All right, and then dummy phone number here. We'll go keep the 878 8787, and then we'll put the URL here. And let's go starcod. All right, so now here's the cool part is we're gonna have training on this. Actually, I was supposed to be recording it today. Probably over the weekend. I'll get it in the help center and in our training stuff. But essentially what I'm doing is I have a form. When I submit this form, it's going to create a trigger link based on all the information that's provided. And this is going to get a little deep, so I'm just going to shorten it. And you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to address all that. But there's going to be a redirection here, and there's going to be a trigger link that can be sent in an email. The redirection is the trigger link expanded. So it's all the items that are in the trigger link, not the shortened version. And then what's sent in an email is the shortened version. Okay. So if I click submit, it's going to redirect me to StarCod's website. Okay. And now we have my demo widget on the website. And if you notice up here in the URL, we have some information. We have first name and company name. So this is the entire trigger link. So this is our portion of the trigger link right here. This is the widget ID. Okay. So the widget has an ID and we add that to just as itself to the trigger link. So we build a demo widget. We add this to the trigger link. So it always exists. And then we have information on the back end. Okay. So we have like the URL that gets inputted in the form, the name, and the company. So if you notice, check this out. It says, hey, Star, because it knows the first name is Star. It says, hey, Star, if you want this amazing product on your StarCod website, and don't mind all the copy is very, very quick. And, I got to go back and edit this, but, I'm talking directly to that person. Okay. Now, the kicker is this widget is built entirely for this individual to come back and communicate with me. So any of these options here, they're not meant to look like Star's website. They're meant to be things that come back to me. So it says book a call with Lee. Man, I really got to edit this. I put it on our website, but this is all from a demo that I ran in a Facebook Live. And I realized I didn't even edit this, like book a call with Lee. But anyways, all of this stuff is like my calendar. So whether this right here is our SMS, this goes to ChatHQ's HighLevel account. So if they put all their information in here, it'll come directly to my HighLevel conversations and I can start a conversation with this person. If they book a call, it'll come onto my calendar. If they call our office, so on and so forth. Okay. The idea here is to give your customer or prospect a visualization of what the widget would look like on their site and give them the options to come back and talk to you about buying one. You could even have a purchase now button, right? Like go get it right now. Okay. And this right here is going to be our main prospecting type of tool that we're going to add to the ChatHQ portal. So you'll have things like building widgets and knowledge bases, and you'll have like a section called prospecting. And then you'll be able to do all this. And there's not much to it. It's just building the URL is all it is. But we're going to have training and all that stuff, right? So this is an easy way to send out 100 emails a day. You can do this without the form, by the way. If you have all the contact information, the prospects information, your HighLevel, you just start a workflow, send them the trigger link. They get an email that says like, hey, we have this brand new product and we'd love to show you what it looks like on your website. Click here to check it out. Okay, they click that. I did some, it was funny. When I came up with that idea, I was at Level Up and I was with, oh man, Nick Craven, I think. Our buddy Nick Craven. I don't know if Bridget, if you know him, he's in the Extendly group and stuff. But I came up with this really, really spammy, like I would not recommend this, but it was like the email was like, hey, I changed your website, right? Updated your website. Like go check it out, right? It's super spammy, like hacky. Not, I would not recommend it, but it was funny at the time. And we're like, oh, we should mess around with that and see what it would what type of results it would give us. But the idea is like to get their attention, right? Send them the link, tell them to go check it out, and then give them the experience that you want to give them. You can even show, as long as you have this right here, this widget ID, you can show whatever pop-ups you want to show. You can build all kinds of pop-ups on this page and give them the real ChatHQ experience all under your own brand. Okay, so this right here, powered by HQ, this is not the actual branding of ChatHQ. This was like a demo to show people you can change the branding. So this is like powered by, Bridget Bartlett or Vision, right? It'd be powered by Vision. Okay. So this is what we believe to be the best way to go and sell this. You could do demos, you could do all that stuff, and it might come after the fact, but getting their attention by putting this on their website kind of speaks to what we were talking about earlier, which is people love to see the product, right? If you're selling services, this product is tangible, it's visible, right? So doing this is definitely a way to grab people's attention.
Yeah, because if you guys think about this, like if you got an email that's like, hey, we could add an engagement widget to your website and increase your conversions, you'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. But if you
Yeah.
look at this and you're like, hey, how would you like this specific thing on your specific website? It's like, oh, okay. Now, even if I'm not techie at all, I can see like, I want that on my website. So I
Yep.
don't really even have to know anything about it. I'm like, oh, I get it. I can see why that's cool.
Yeah. So I told Sergio at Level Up, I was like, by next year Level Up, I want to be able to click one button and have widgets built for me using AI. So we're going down that AI route, but we're going to do a lot of internal things. So like analytical, like taking data and analyzing it with AI, right? So all of this really cool data that comes in here, and we're going to have like, I think 10 or 15 more different data points, things like location, operating system, browser, all that really fun stuff that's in Google Analytics. We're going to have all that, and we're going to be able to take all that data, analyze it with AI, and give us some sort of output that helps us do better things with ChatHQ. Another thing is if
I
you're
wonder with
using
that demo, I'm sorry, my brain's exploding right
that's
now
okay.
with that demo
Oh,
thing.
please. Yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering, like with the demo thing, is there a way to set that up to where, let's say that you scrape like white label leads or something, you scrape that, and then it sends the email campaigns already built with that trigger link in there, so that when they go to click on the link, it's like a sticky contact where it pre-fills in that data, and then it
Yep.
can create that?
Yeah, so that's what all of this is. So essentially, as long as you have the data in HighLevel, you can do it, right? Um, if like the form is a nice way to do it because you're collecting the data, but if you have like a list of a bunch of stuff, you can just add it to the trigger link in the form of custom fields, right? You put the custom field in the trigger link and then just add it here, add it to the email. And once they click it, all that data gets populated in the email, right?
That's awesome.
Um, oh yeah, and it's gonna be super cool with like so we're gonna have snapshots and we're gonna help enable you guys as agencies. Like we don't want you to feel like you need to build an entire funnel to sell this, right? So we'll have like a funnel template. You could change it if you want. We're just going to kind of craft it based on what we've built for ChatHQ and how we think it should be positioned. And then you stick your own logo on it and change the text or whatever. And now you have a white label funnel that you can add to your website or whatever it is, right? And now you're selling the widget, right? Same thing with the email campaign. We're probably going to build a snapshot with the entire prospecting email campaign the way we would do it. And then you guys can make changes however you want. But then you just click and upload that snapshot. And now all you do is press send to all your prospects. Okay. Um, but yeah, AI in terms of another part of that, another component is building the widgets, right? So if people have this is on our top plan. So our 297 a month plan, you get this white label builder that can be installed into your HighLevel. A lot of people they don't feel comfortable doing some things like that because they don't have education backing it to help their customers, and they don't know enough about it to help their customers. So there's two things that we're doing. We're going to build a ton of white label support docs, at least around building widgets, because that's like what exists in a white label fashion today. And then we're going to put AI into building widgets. So imagine the experience where I jump into my new HighLevel account that I just bought from somebody, and I see this widget editor, and I go in here, and a pop-up shows up, and it says, "Hey, we noticed you're in the real estate niche. Based on what we've like collected from other real estate companies that are using this widget, would you like us to build the optimal widget for you?" And you press yes, and then it configures this widget however AI would configure it, creates a couple pop-ups, and then all they have to do is go in and change a few things like text and stuff like that. And now they're unstuck. They're not paralyzed by too much to consume, too many things to change. They have this widget. Essentially, it's a snapshot, but it's built by AI using data. So we're going to go into that realm of how do we collect the data and then use that data to help enable you and your customers to quickly build widgets and deploy them on websites, right?
What a great way to get them sticky also
Yeah.
inside of your agency. It's like it didn't take you that much to build this chat widget, but they think that it did. And so just
Yeah.
investing, like you were saying, 497 as an example to set it up, it's like I'm not going to invest that. I just got to steal. Now, why I would have to have somebody rebuild all of this. So now they're stuck, which is not always a bad thing.
Yeah, you know what's cool too is it's just kind of a side tangent, but uh one of our customers, it's like you guys know what MLM is, right? Like the tiered marketing stuff. One of our customers actually told us that her customer is selling these widgets to other people that they know. Not maybe not like customers, but like friends and family and all kinds of stuff. So almost making the widget their business, but it's not, right? So they could basically, to give you the insight to why that would work, is when you have this builder, you get unlimited widgets. You have to be on our top plan to do that. So as a excuse me, as a customer of this agency, whatever agency I bought this HighLevel from, when I jump in here, I could just keep pressing this plus button and getting a new widget. So now if I'm like a real estate agent or like a, I don't know, somebody in some niche, I can just go, hey, I know other people that would really need this. Like I can just sell them this and I can put it on their website. Right. So it almost creates that MLM effect, like that layered marketing, right? I don't know, kind of cool. I thought that was a fun story that
I
my
mean,
customer told
we
us.
have
Yeah.
the affiliate management software as well. So if you start
Yep.
building these, you could create an affiliate program and have everyone referring your
Yeah.
agent. Love that.
Cool.
Hey, I did see
So,
a question that Star asked in the chat. She
mhm.
says, when available, how does the high level support bundle work on the $99 plan?
Mm. So just to let you guys know, I have to update the website. We're actually going to be removing that from the offer. So to give you background, we made a lot of our early revenue and built reputation by providing white labeled help docs and interactive guides to customers. So we actually recently partnered with Extendly, and Extendly, we actually shared all of our content and everything with them so that they can strengthen their white label help docs and knowledge base and guides and all that stuff. So we're just gonna be partnering with them, and we're gonna have like a little knowledge base snapshot that their team's building and stuff. So we're gonna take that out of the offer. It's gonna be available still in like a little smaller of a capacity, but the idea of what it was just helping you guys educate your customers on HighLevel. We just stopped updating it. So we were updating it daily. We had a team that updated it. And when we decided to partner with Extendly, we moved our team to Extendly. So they still had full-time jobs and actually are getting paid better than what they were with us. And we just stopped updating it. So that's something we're actually removing from the offer. So I have to just remove that from the website. So I appreciate you kind of reminding me inadvertently to remove that. Um, so then I also have one from Mark. It says, what if they already have a widget? Yeah, Mark, do you want to jump on and just explain like a chat
Sure,
issue widget or a high level widget?
sure. Hey, thanks so much, Andrew. This is amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Um, it's like when you're going out, you want to get business and you're trying to get them on high level and all these products. You go to let's say you go to the market and you see they've got a website. You go to the website and their little widget will pop up. It may not be a
Yeah.
smart widget, but it's a widget. How
Right.
does is there any conflict with the with
With between ours and potentially that
when,
widget.
yeah, when you're trying to show, hey, let me show you what our widget will look like on your website,
Ah.
would that become a conflict?
Um, Most likely not. It depends on the format of that widget. So for example, let's see, I think it's here.
I put in bridgetbartlett.com and mine has a widget on it already. I wonder, I mean, it's the same chat.
It's a high level, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a chat HQ widget. So this one actually, I think this website, this is a friend of mine. They have a talk to custom tattoo designs. Is that right? Tattoo designs.ca. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's the wrong URL. I don't know. Here, actually, let me pause my share. I'll just go find his website. Give me 1 second. He has a talk to widget. And oh, because it's slash home. Okay. He still has a home slash on that URL. Just
So talk
slash
to, it sounds
home.
like it's a little bit smart if you can talk to it.
So talk to is the brand. So it's like TAWK.TO is the brand. Um, why is this not showing up here? Maybe it's the slash home that's messing it up. Yeah, I think it can't be a slash home. So unfortunately, this person needs to remove this slash home from the URL, and then it'll work inside this because it just takes the domain name and it goes to the home screen. But anyways, they have a little talk to widget down here. And so it would still be visible, and ours would just be overlaid on top of it almost. Um,
Okay.
but the idea is to educate them that, hey, this is the product, right? So you can even have a video right here and have, you know, a intro video or a educational video saying like, this is the widget, this is what it does, blah, blah, blah. So they know what they're looking at. And to be honest, if they know their website, they'll know that this is the thing that's the outlier that wasn't there before they did this little demo, right?
Right.
The cool
So,
thing is oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to
No.
say, before you explained a lot of it, I was asking myself, I wonder if you have to train that bot, like an AI bot where you train it
Mhm.
to answer questions, technical questions. Let's say, it might be somebody is having an emergency, and there's water coming through the wall, and they're on the phone, they're looking at the website, and they see a mitigation company, and you go to that mitigation company and call them, and then the website pops up. Would that website be educated enough to quickly put them in that spot? And you'd have to, I mean, my question is, if you want something like that, that has to be, I'm sorry, that has to be trained into the bot, right? Programmed into the
Yeah,
bot.
so right. So anything that's AI related always has to be trained, right? So what we do today is we help integrate you with HighLevel with their live chat. Now, this live chat is trained inside of HighLevel. So if I say like, what is Chat HQ? Okay, so this is our bot, obviously in HighLevel. And I have to train it there. When
Got
you
it.
have if you use Chat HQ's live chat, remember this is HighLevel's as a provider, and what that means is if I'm in my Chat HQ and I go, let's go to the top here, and I go into my live chat tool, I'll have the opportunity as soon as we launch our live chat, I'll have the opportunity to say I want to use Chat HQ's live chat instead of HighLevel's. It
Oh,
doesn't change the way it looks. But what it does is it says, whose AI are we using? Where is this conversation going? Okay. So obviously we have a section here that's going to be called conversations. It'll just be for live chat, probably more for like a sales team or like a some sort of like call center or something like live chat center that isn't directly in HighLevel. Okay.
okay.
If you use HighLevels, it's going to use their AI. If you use ours, it's going to use ours. It's all going to look exactly the same inside the widget. So all of these different things will still resemble this, but it'll just use a different provider, if that makes sense. Like the back end of it will be a slightly different, right?
Yeah, that
So that
makes
all
sense.
needs to be trained. Yeah. So check this out. So I actually got a response here. You can find all ChatHQ info, including videos, on our YouTube channel or Help Center for pricing, how it works, right? So I got the YouTube link, Help Center, and this might not be the best answer, but it's a process with training the AI. And HighLevels isn't perfect, but it gives us a resource to use on a website that is still live chat and AI based, right?
Gotcha. That's really cool.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
There are
Thank you.
some other questions in the chat I want to make sure we get to before we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Let's get to
Uh,
them.
we have I'll go to Ray first and then Charles. And
Okay.
Manila wants to know about an email that he can ask a question. Is that one, Andrew, at
Yeah, you can actually, if you want, Manolo, you can go to our chathq.io or something and like click the link. Bridge, you got a link here somewhere in this call to get to our website. And
chat HQ?
yeah, so go to that. And then once you get here, just send a message through this. So go to live chats or our web chat's not here. I changed the settings. So let me just give you an email anyways, Manolo, just in case. It's andrew@chathq.io. You can always contact me there as well. We like to have it in HighLevel though, so it's easier for us to just communicate back and forth. But you could always email me there as well.
So Ray, we'll go ahead and get your question first, and then
Yeah, I know you're running late, so I was very, very curious. This person that was selling the widget to other people that aren't in Go HighLevel or anything, they just down the street or people they knew that had a website. How does all that fit in when this is supposed to be white label and really especially for high level clients?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really up to the agency that's providing it. So I guess I'll paint the picture. So if I'm the agency and Ray, you come into my HighLevel, it's under my white label brand, and then I give you these widgets. And I'm like, hey, Ray, you can create as many widgets as you want, right? It's most likely going to have my brand on it, right? But you can go sell them if you want. Now, if you're in communication with me, I think the person that I referenced in this situation, there's not as much, the veil to HighLevel is thinner, meaning they already tell their customers we're using HighLevel, we're just building on top of it. So maybe this customer goes to the agency and says, I want to put my brand on the widget. And the agency could do that. You can individually change branding on each widget. So maybe Ray, you have like, I don't know, you have your own company, your own brand, and you want to just stick that on the widget and go, I'm going to go sell it to 5 or 10 people that I know. So that's probably how it's going to work. But there should not be any indication that it's HighLevel. Like when you're in here and you're building in the white label builder, there's absolutely no indication it's HighLevel. It's just the brand that you buy from. So this like Chat HQ is actually the name of the account here that it came from.
Right.
So if it came from Mountkey or Top Profit Digital or One-Dash.pro, that's what you would see down here in the branding.
Very good. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Charles, I see you are next.
Andrew, I apologize. I got a whole barrage.
It's all good, man. Hit me.
Yeah. So one of the things when you were talking about the conversions and you showed the analytics, I thought that was really interesting. And my thought process was like, so if traffic is going to the website and then they're seeing the widget and you have these conversions events, can that information be used to optimize for like ad spend? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So you can actually add individual conversion events to clicks here. With the with the conversion tool in Facebook, not to confuse the two titles, but like when you go add custom events in Facebook, these are clickable and like assignable. But what I would say is the better option that we just need to build is we're going to have conversion tracking. So anything that uses our UI, okay? So that means if it's let's see. So if it's a form like this is HighLevel. Like 100% we just bring the form into the widget into an iframe, okay? But if it's our UI, meaning like let's say live chat, like a button like this, we can track. So we're going to be building analytics that tracks all of that, okay? So then you can assign certain, I don't know, events to each button click. So this one as a custom event would be starting a live chat. The goal then would be taking that data. We're going to build what's called a webhook center or an action center. So taking that data and being able to send it back to Facebook. So that might be trickier. We might want to send it to HighLevel and then use the HighLevel conversion API for Facebook and do it that way. So you would just create a workflow. The webhook comes in, it would have that data, and then you send that data to Facebook as like, hey, this was a conversion, right? And you can track all that with UTM parameters. So we will give you, like, you can send data traffic to any URL with the UTM parameter. We'll be able to kind of track that for you, and then you can just send all that data out into HighLevel.
Okay. And so I also
Not there yet. That
no.
specific thing isn't there yet. I'm just painting the picture for you.
No, and I appreciate that. Some of it was over
Yeah,
my
sure.
head, but I caught like 50 to
Okay.
60%. Bridget caught it all though, so she'll explain
And
it
you
later.
can, hey, reach out to me. I promise you, I'll take as much time as you need to,
Yeah,
because I talk fast and I feel like
no.
everyone
I
knows what
mean,
I know. And
no,
that's,
I don't know anything about tech. I just unplug it and plug it back up. So, and then the other thing, so my thought process is, this of course works in communities as well too, in the Go High Level communities.
in the train, so memberships. So not communities doesn't allow us to do any sort of like custom JavaScript, right? But if you notice when Bridget brought hers up, she went from the community into the training, into like a module of membership, and then her widget popped up. So yes, you can use it in memberships. And actually, let me just show you where that would, let's see, memberships, settings and site settings. Yeah. So here you have like this custom JavaScript, and that's where the widget would be installed. And then if I go here and I don't know, products, let's go preview. Will it show in the preview? Maybe not. Maybe I have to go to the actual URL. Let's see.
Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah. When you want to set it at the like the whole membership area, you do that in the site
Yeah.
details. When you want to
Yeah, there
set
we
it at
go.
the product level, you do it inside the product.
So you can do it
Yeah.
on the product level or on the
Yeah.
in it.
I
Oh, I
Okay.
just put
see.
mine
Yeah.
at the main site level.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
understand that. And then the last question, which was, and I know you were talking like websites, and then you had briefly mentioned funnels, but from a use case scenario, I feel like, and I might have missed it. We were talking specifically about websites, but on the
Mhm.
funnel side, what's the thought process as far as how to use the widget in a funnel capacity, or in a on a actual funnel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. So, the way that I would approach it, and maybe I'm contrarian here, but
Hmm.
I would use the widget in conjunction with the way that the funnel is built. And so what that would mean is if I'm scrolling down a funnel, some people like those big one-page funnels. Obviously, you have multiple steps, but that first initial page might be super, super long, like old school funnels. As they're scrolling down, giving them those different pop-ups that create engagement. So now we give you the ability to do this. Check this out. So if I go to pop-ups and I go here, I go to targeting, or I'm sorry, trigger. So we give you immediate trigger, scrolling trigger, time-based trigger, and element trigger. So the triggers here that you would use for a funnel would be scrolling percentage or element. Now, what that's going to give you the ability to do is if you're in a high level funnel, every section in high level, every element, every section, every row, everything has like a custom, what's called, and I'll actually just jump in here and show you. It's a custom CSS, custom CSS selector. What am I doing? Sites. Sites funnels, HQ. I'll just go like this and open a new tab. Okay, so don't mind, you're going to see a lot of custom HTML. I build all my websites and stuff in custom HTML for the most part. I'm starting to use a little bit more of what HighLevel has, but I like the pretty CSS of custom websites. So, so this is what my funnel page looks like. Come on, load like this, right? If I go like this, that's my actual website, right? But this is all the elements. So if I click into any of these and I go to advanced, we have this little CSS selector. Now, if we use pop-ups in conjunction with this, what we have the ability to do is actually take that CSS selector, add it here, and now this pop-up is going to show when they reach that point in my website or funnel page. Okay.
Understood.
So how you can do this is, or like the best course of action here would be after a section. Okay. So for example, if I'm in this, let's say this section said, hey, you want to book an appointment, do this. And then the next section's like something else. Once they get to this next section, talk about booking an appointment. They already passed it up, but maybe give them a better reason to book an appointment. Try to engage and nudge them to that conversion event, right? Or it could be a couple layers down, something like that. And then on the next page of the funnel, you can have a pop-up that now uses their information. Because if this first funnel page collected any information from them, now it's in your system, it's in your high-level funnel. Now you can put it into the widget and speak directly to them and say things like, hey, Charles, thank you so much for just like you would in a regular funnel page. You could do that in the text, but like in the pop-up. Hey, Charles, thanks for signing up. You know, most people do this after they sign up, and it has some buttons there. So it's really just working in conjunction with the what you've already built in the funnel and just emphasizing it, right?
I love that idea of using that process during an onboarding. Like you just said,
Yes.
most people, when they sign up, they do this. Oh my gosh, you just made my brain explode again. I'm feeling some Chat HQ training coming on.
Yes. I
Definitely.
love it. Cool. Thanks.
Charles,
I
did you
appreciate those questions, Charles, by the way.
No, I
Thank
mean,
you.
well, I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate the work. And I mean, later, I guess you got to get you to come back do an origin story. But yeah, no,
It's
this is
not that exciting, but I'm more than welcome to, my friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll pass the buck to Manolo because I know he's been waiting. He's got some things going.
Manolo, hit me, bro. Hit me.
Hey, how you do? Oh, let me make sure. Oh, how you doing? Listen,
I'm
I have
doing good, man.
quite a few questions, but I need to get some in the air right now. As you were talking to Ray, you said something about powered by uh the white label on the bottom of the shot. You said, of course, it will change based on on the sub account or the agency. But that's only on the highest level of your plan, am I right? On the best for SaaS.
Yeah, on the 297 plans,
On the
correct. Yeah,
297 month, 3,000 a year.
correct.
Okay. I have some other questions, but I'm not gonna take your time now. I'm gonna go to the shot.
Sure.
Sergio is from Cuba, am I right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah. So you could build this demo widget in Spanish.
Good question. I don't know. I don't think we support, not, we are definitely going into Central and South America hard, right? Like Mexico, Central South America, the Caribbean, any Spanish speaking countries, because of Sergio and our other founder. We have some other founders that don't work in the company. They're all from Cuba. So we see a huge opportunity in the Latin market, right? So we will have that, what they call in HighLevel internalization or whatever, right? Where you can like change everything based on the language of the person that's using the system. The only thing is the internal text, not yet today, can be translated. What you could do, actually, I mean, it can be, you just have to do it outside of ChatHQ. You could just take this text, go to Google Translate it, and then bring it back and paste it.
No, I could do all that. I could do all that.
Okay.
I could, the widget itself, what the information that I put in the widget, I could put it in Spanish, the questions and the answers,
right,
and the link. That's no problem.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to change by user.
Mhm.
Go high level changes now. My question is the demo widget. The demo widget is all in English, but it has to be written
Oh yeah.
Spanish.
So that's built by you, right? We teach you how to build your own demo widget. So this one here, this is the one I built, and it's not that great either, right? It's just, it was kind of for a Facebook Live training and stuff. I have to go in and edit it. I just realized that, but we teach you how to build this. So when you jump in here, you would just create a new widget. Let's say I grab this widget here. I start from scratch and I build this widget to be the perfect demo widget. So you build it exactly how you want to, right? You don't use what we give you. We just give you the platform to be able to do it. So we give you like the URL, this URL, and then you would bring your own widget in here and then demo that widget, if that makes sense.
Yeah, great. And
okay, cool.
On the 297 plan or the 3,000 a year plan, am I limited on how many people can use it, how many sub account or how many customers could use the widget, or I could give it to? Because
yeah, no limits.
No limit.
Yeah, no limits on the 297. Yeah, so just so you know how we do this, and so I clarified this a little bit earlier, but just to reiterate, we will give you one account in ChatHQ, and then you will be able to build unlimited widgets, unlimited knowledge bases as soon as we launch that. And when you bring it into your HighLevel, so you bring it into HighLevel like this, you can bring it into all your HighLevel sub accounts, and each individual sub account will be able to add their own widget. So if you notice, these widgets exist here. I can jump into this sub account, and I might need to refresh my page because the way HighLevel works, it should work though. Come on now. Yeah, so I do have to refresh here. But again, and your customers probably won't be switching from sub account to sub account, so that's not something you have to worry about. But now you see the list of widgets is different. So each sub account will have their own widget builder, and they can add as many widgets as they want, right? Then when you come back into your ChatHQ, we are going to make this better, but for today, we have indicators on what's built in ChatHQ and what's built in HighLevel, and that's by blue dots or green dots. So when I click on a green dot, you'll see this widget belongs to a HighLevel location, and it'll give you the ID and the location name.
Okay.
And that's unlimited.
But I have no limit on how many sub accounts we have it and
correct,
what I could charge them for it.
Correct. Yeah. So we don't do any rebilling or billing in ChatHQ. That's all handled by you outside, like through Stripe and HighLevel. So the sky's the limit, my friend. You could charge $1,000 a month for one of these if you want.
Or less.
Or for free. Yeah, give them away for free. You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Well, the way to attract folks is to give it. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I could sell it and resell it. And is there a way to put a free trial on it?
Not Not traditionally, but what you could do is just give yourself a reminder, and all you got to do is come in here and turn the widget off, and it will just take it off of their website.
Okay.
Right. Or if they're on if you give them this builder, you would just go remove the custom menu item from their sub account
All right.
after 14 days or something. Right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you. I appreciate those questions.
I do see Star says, does this work in conjunction with GHL widget or just totally different install? So I think you did answer that question.
Yeah,
That
it's a different installation. But I guess the working in conjunction is so just to clarify, you don't need to install HighLevel's widget anywhere. You'll have all of the functionality here. So this little guy right here, sorry, we're offline, Texas here. This is HighLevel SMS chat. It just looks like ours, right? We just send this message to HighLevel and it starts the SMS chat. By the way, I didn't show any of you guys this. We have multi-location. So if you have a franchise business, you can add multi-location to both web chat, which is the SMS, and to live chat. And so now you're like saying, hey, I got I don't know, a barbershop that has 4 locations in the city of Atlanta, right? Now you can set up each one because they all have different sub accounts and manage conversations that way instead of having 4 different widgets. Same with live chat. So we have the ability to add multiple locations to live chat. So when they start the live chat, they have to select a location and it goes to that sub account in your HighLevel. So sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, this all works without ever installing HighLevel's chat widget. All you do is connect HighLevel, connect all your locations, set up all your settings, and you're good to go.
Amber, do you have to be like, what if you have a client that does not have HighLevel? Can this be embedded on any website?
Yeah, so we actually have a process that we were coaching someone on who didn't want to give someone HighLevel first. They wanted to give them the widget. And what I would advise there is you create a sub account and connect that sub account to like a widget that you're selling, and then funnel everything through that sub account and just send that customer like the lead email, like the information of the lead that came in through the form, or calendars, like scheduling the appointment or something. So now what you're doing is you're just creating one sub account, and you can have like a bunch of customers running through it and separating them based on workflows. And then you just go in here and you set up a widget for customer A, connect the same HighLevel account, but then a different form or a different this or a different that. So it wouldn't really work for web chat or live chat because they have to be in HighLevel to communicate with those people. But like forms and surveys is traditional marketing that we all did for a decade, right? Just sending that data via email when the lead submitted a form or something.
Cool. So let's say that I just wanted to create like a universal chat widget that anyone could use. And maybe I just want to put like links to like, Facebook Messenger and, Telegram and all of that stuff. So let's say that that was the content I wanted to build the chat widget around. So it's not specifically HighLevel, but basically just links and embeds.
Yep.
Technically, would that work to embed that into like a website?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are just to clarify, we're an entirely standalone company, right? Like product. So you do not need HighLevel to run ChatHQ or install ChatHQ. Some of the tools that we started with were HighLevel integration. So like web chat or forms or calendars or reviews. But you can have a video showcase. You can have a bunch of different links. You can have we got some other things. We have iframes. You could bring in an iframe, FAQ library, all kinds of really cool stuff that has nothing to do with HighLevel, right? And just put it on a website. So yeah, HighLevel is not a prerequisite to the widget or ChatHQ. It just helps empower what we've already have today. And we're going to go outside of HighLevel a lot too, like Calendly or Jotform or any of these other providers that live in this marketing space, so that you guys aren't, we're not tied to just HighLevel. We can market to other people as well.
Yeah, I wonder how cool would it be with that demo. See, I'm still stuck on the demo because you just like
Yeah.
made my brain explode, and now I'm like demo. So I'm thinking about like if you sent this like as a cold email marketing campaign, you sent that, the demo link, and they open it up and they have all of these options that they can use, and then you had like maybe the live chat button where it said live chat, but instead of opening up the live chat because they wouldn't have HighLevel, maybe they could have a message that says to upgrade your free whatever, click here
Yeah.
to get access to the CRM or something like that.
Yeah, or just a link that goes to a funnel page. It's like, hey, we're so glad you liked like you clicked this and you like it. If you
Yeah.
want to check it out, you can sign up here. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, cool. Well, we are definitely after 3 o'clock, but Andrew, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I do want to make sure that we do our little wheel spinning thing here that we do every Friday. I'm gonna actually kick you off of
Oh,
actually
share.
sharing your
Yeah,
screen.
it actually, Bridget, can I do one more? I'm not going to take up
Yeah.
any more time, but I see Mark
Okay.
has a question. Mark, if you want to message me on Facebook or email me at andrew@chathq.io, you can find me there. And then I do want to give you guys one other resource here. I actually just started a podcast with, I actually met him at the HighLevel event. His name's Vit Mueller. And our podcast website is highlevelexperience.com. So what we're trying to do is empower high-level agencies and just have really, really cool, fun, and non-censored conversations. Like we swear all the time. It's really, really casual. But we want to bring a lot of the insights that we have as agency owners and SaaS owners to high-level agencies, and then just talk to really cool people and like have awesome. Like we talked to Amy Kay today, so the keynote speaker from the Level Up event. Just had a really awesome conversation for like 2 hours with her. So yeah, if you guys want to check this out, it's at highlevelexperience.com. Our pilot launches Sunday, and then our first episode, which was recorded I think a month ago with my co-founder Sergio, launches Tuesday. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the URL here in the chat. But that's the last thing I wanted to say, just to kind of give myself a shameless plug there, Bridget.
No,
Appreciate you.
that's cool. And I really like that, I'm always talking about like the reason that I wanted to build a community is because when I first started this whole marketing thing, I was just a local business owner. I worked in pharmacy for 20 years. And so I was all alone, all by myself, binge watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out how all of this works. And when I had a question, I had no one to go to. And so
Yeah.
I am always preaching about, and the reason I love community so much is because we do need help sometimes, and we do
Yeah.
get so much value from other people, and not just other random people, but other people who are doing or have already done what we are trying to do. So I think
Right.
that's really incredible. So definitely check out his podcast for sure. I will be.
Thanks.
I want to make sure you guys know, go to myvisionagency.com/chat HQ. If you want to create an account of Chat HQ, I will definitely be doing some training because now you just showed me all of these cool things. I have to go and update my chat widget. So that's coming.
I love it.
Andrew, you're welcome. I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing. You're welcome to stay if you want, or just hop
Cool.
out. But
Yeah,
I
I'll hang out.
really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah, I
us.
appreciate you having me on here. Everyone, thanks for all the awesome questions. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. So I'm going to call everyone's name and make sure that I have everyone. We're going to do the drawing if you're brand new. Every Friday, whoever joins us in the weekly Q&A session, you will be entered into the drawing to win either a free private consultation with me or 2 reseller licenses added to your account. So I want to make sure that I have everyone. We have Ray, Charles, Mark, Frankie, Manolo, Renal, Ricky, and Star. Did I forget anyone? No? Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen here and we'll spin the wheel. Oh, it's Mark. Yay, Mark's the winner. I really
Hey.
thought it was going to be Frankie
Oh my
again.
gosh, I'm so lucky. I definitely want to talk to you, Bridget.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and send you the email to book when we're done here. Did you
Thank
guys have
you.
anything else for me or Andrew before we go today? Manolo, do you have something? Oh, just waving by. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you Monday. Have an awesome weekend. Go make your vision a reality.